Ready, set, hut. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is the official beer of the NFL. I'll tell you, they look pretty good in those uniforms, but not as good as this guy. Greg Diolis, attorney at law. Bob Dvorak, a throwback.
I think that was a neutral zone infraction.
Hey, really?
Yes.
All right, call the team doctor and take 2 aspirins and call me in the morning. By the way, this is a throwback jersey, and he is a great throwback journalist. Is this game, does it mean as much as when the Steelers were taking on the Minnesota Vikings many years ago? Does it have the same significance? It may make a whole lot more money, it may have a bigger audience, but has it got the same edge to it?
Not here. No, absolutely not. The Steelers had never won anything in their entire history. That was the first one. I remember watching that game. I stood up the whole time on my couch because I just couldn't sit down. It was that big.
But when you say Lombardi and then you say Belichick, I believe the greatest of all time, do you think the audience is getting the same package that we got when John Fusenda and NFL Films would say Lombardi? Is it the same feeling? Do you think they're getting the same game, Greg?
Unfortunately, Rob, I think our society has changed enough that we don't have that type of a worship for those guys. There's no reverence toward a coach like that, and Belichick has his detractors because of the alleged cheating and things of that nature. So, unfortunately, no, but he still has a pretty good place in the game.
We've talked about it a lot. I'm just going to ask you one more time. Biggest matchups, and who do you like in this game, Bob?
Well, I think the matchup, the obvious matchup, is the Falcons' offense against the Patriots' defense. Highest scoring offense in the league against the lowest points allowed by defense in the league, and that's really got to be what's going to control the game. Now, then again, on the other side of the ball, you got Brady and Edelman and LeGarrette Blount and what they do against the Atlanta defense. But I still think that the Matt Ryan against the Patriots defense.
And the winner is?
Your head says the Patriots, your heart pulls for them to I'm tuning in to watch them lose.
I'm tuning in to watch them win and make history. And with a win, Brady will become the greatest NFL quarterback of all time.
If he already isn't.
If he isn't already. And also Belichick, the greatest NFL coach of all time, which he already is, but we'll etch it in stone. Okay, key matchups and the eventual winner, Greg Diolis.
Key individual matchup, I think, is going to be Dwight Freeney and Nate Solder, the left tackle from New England Patriots, who's a guy who's gotten a little bit of a knock. He's a good left tackle, not a great left tackle, and if Freeney can get loose and put some licks on Brady and change that whole dynamic, that could be a major part of this football game if it happens early enough in the game to cause some little shakeups there.
I don't think they have an answer for Julio Jones, so if they try to double him, then Mohamed Sanu might have a huge game. And I like Devontae Freeman as running.
Is that me and Julio down by the schoolyard?
Well, yeah.
Okay. And by the way, they'll be saying a lot of this in NRG Stadium today. Beer here. Get your beer here. Westwood One Radio, 93.7 The Fan. They'll be talking about it. KDK Morning News tomorrow. I'll be in the Pratt Pack Gym with a halftime report and back tomorrow morning with a post game. Enjoy the game. Super Bowl 51.